We interrupt this program for a Storm Team weather advisory.
We do have a newly issued severe thunderstorm warning for the Missouri Boot Heel. That does include western Dunklin County, New Madrid County, as well as Clay County. Now, this is in effect until 2:15. Doppler indicated wind speeds of about 60 to 70 miles per hour. And you can definitely tell where it would be, stretching from Neelyville all the way down to just east of, Kennett, just west of Kennett, down through the Missouri Boot Heel. Now, this is racing off to the east at about 60 miles per hour. And it will be certainly affecting Kennett within 8 minutes. In 15 minutes, look out Campbell, Malden, down to Carruthersville. This is moving due east, and this is the northern extent of this storm. A little bit farther south, there have been widespread power outages in the city of Jonesboro and into Craighead County. But this is the northern extent of this storm, and on that leading edge, we start to see wind gusts approaching 60 miles per hour. So this is widespread, and severe thunderstorm in effect until 2:15 p.m. Now, this is the velocity product, and what this shows us is the wind speed within the thunderstorm. This is why we have the severe thunderstorm warning. You can definitely tell the brighter shades of the white to green coloration. That's very easily 60 to 70 miles per hour. Now, that's going to take some shingles off of your house. It's going to blow your trash can over the trampoline as well, and it's also going to bring down some of those larger tree limbs. And farther to the south, over the last hour or so, there have been significant injuries, especially back towards central Arkansas, north central Arkansas. The southern extent of this storm is going to be impacting Memphis. You can see the widespread warnings there. But again, what we're focusing in on is eastern Clay County, southwestern Dunklin County, and eventually New Madrid and Pemiscot County. Now, this warning is in effect until 2:15, and again, be on the lookout. The hail threat, not a big issue, but the rainfall is very torrential, and the main threat right now we're seeing is damaging straight line wind. So keep that in mind. You do not want to be traveling in a situation like this along Highway 412. We've got several other highways here between Kennett and Malden. You're going to be approaching I-55, and be sure to not be driving at this point in time. What I would do is I would just stay inside. There's lots of lightning with this system as well. Stay inside, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and just kind of hunker down, at least for the next 30 to 45 minutes or so. Here's the latest look at all the lightning strikes across the heartland. Back toward eastern Clay County, western Dunklin County, very easily about 2,000 to 2,500 lightning strikes within the last half hour. This is definitely something you want to be inside, you want to be indoors, do not want to be trying to look at this storm at all, because this is racing. I'm telling you, a very quickly moving thunderstorm, and it's going to be impacting Kennett, Malden, Carruthersville, all within the next half hour. So you can tell very fast. Hey, Laura, can we put on the velocity product once again, just to show you the main threat we're tracking right now? Do you see that, Webbs? Do you see that little area of a bright green coloration right next to a red coloration? That would indicate a small little area of rotation just about, I'd say, 5 to 10 miles west of Kennett. This is just south of Highway 139, and this is moving east. So it looks like it's going to be passing between Zenith and Kennett along Missouri Highway 25 within the next 5 minutes or so. Now, this could be a little rotation, folks. We want to be aware of that. It could be a small little spin-up tornado there, what we call a gust-nado. But you can definitely tell. Look at the coloration. This is a very intense thunderstorm. You can actually start to see those little bright blue colorations. That would indicate about 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts. And that's on the leading edge of this thunderstorm. But all the way back toward the west, still very strong wind between Paragould and Leif, all the way back toward, let's say, Pocahontas and Biggers, Reno area, all the way to Rector and Piggott, also some very strong wind as well. So this is definitely something that's concerning. Right off to about 5 miles northwest of Zenith, a little bit of a kink right there in that wind. So that could indicate possibly a little spin-up gust-nado on the leading edge of this thunderstorm. And it's going to be once again moving off to the east at about 60 miles per hour. So again, we have a severe thunderstorm. You can definitely see those yellow little lines that would indicate the polygon. It does include eastern Clay County, Dunklin County, and New Madrid County until 2:15. What you need to be is you need to be inside, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, because these strong winds, they're easily just as strong as, say, an EF0 to EF1 tornado. And while there haven't been any confirmed reports, definitely want to take care right now. Look at this. It's really strengthening. Do you guys see this? your inbound wind, what we're looking at here is a velocity product. So you've got your green coloration, that is the wind blowing toward the radar site in Memphis. The red is the wind blowing away from the radar site, and we are definitely seeing a little notch right there. Whenever we see a little bit of area of red right next to an area of green with those brightly shaded colors, it suggests of some rotation, some tornadic rotation possible. So I would keep a lookout about 2 to 3 miles north of Zenith along Missouri Highway 25. Looks like Kennett, it's going to be passing it to your south as it moves to the east. So while there's a little bit of a signature of rotation right there in south central Dunklin County, a little bit wider perspective will show a leading edge of very strong wind associated with that severe thunderstorm. Now this is our main threat. And while only a few thousand people will be affected by that small little gust NATO or that little bit of rotation, look at how many people could be affected by this leading edge of this thunderstorm. We're talking easily 40 to 50 miles from north to south, and it's again racing off to the east at about 45 to 60 miles per hour. Kennett, within 7 minutes, you're going to be impacted by this thunderstorm. Matter of fact, you're probably already seeing some of that begin to make it into the western edge of town. 23 minutes and approaching there in Steele, and about 30 minutes for Hayti. In about the next hour or so, could be approaching Carruthersville and Dyersburg along that Missouri-Tennessee state line. You can see those little yellow polygons stretching from Culin all the way down to Paragould, down to Manila, Arkansas. This is a very wide, very large thunderstorm pushing off to the east at about 45 up to 60 miles per hour the farther you head south. And over the past, let's say, hour or so, there have been reports of possible fatalities back toward Black Rock, Arkansas. There have been several injuries reported. We've had reports of the Jonesboro City Water and Light, that's a power company, about 40 to 50,000 people without power right there in Jonesboro, and that line passed through. So definitely a strong thunderstorm, and the leading edge is what we're watching between Kennett and down towards Zenith for some possible, you see a little kink right there, a little inflow. That's what we're watching for the potential for a little rotation. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 2:15 for eastern Clay County, Dunklin County, New Madrid, and Pemiscot County. And again, before we send you back to regular programming, we want to advise you to be inside right now and putting many walls between you and the outside as possible. So again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for till 2:15 for the Missouri Boot Heel. And at this time, we will send it back to your show.